Have you ever walked through your home and thought, do I really need all this stuff? Maybe you've noticed that the rooms feel too big, the stairs are getting harder to climb, or the upkeep is just too much. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us reach a point where our homes, which once felt just right, start to feel overwhelming. But here's the good news: downsizing doesn't have to mean giving up your independence. In fact, it can be a chance to create a simpler, more manageable lifestyle that gives you the freedom to focus on what really matters. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 smart strategies to help you downsize your home without losing your independence. These tips are designed to make the process feel less daunting and more empowering. Whether you're moving to a smaller house, an apartment, or even a senior living community, these strategies will help you make the transition smoothly and confidently. Let's start with the first strategy: start small and take your time. Downsizing can feel overwhelming if you try to tackle everything at once. Instead, start with one room or even one category of items, like clothes or books. Set aside a little time each day or week to go through your belongings. Ask yourself questions like, do I use this regularly, or does this bring me joy? If the answer is no, it might be time to let it go. And remember, it's okay to take breaks. This isn't a race, it's about creating a space that feels right for you. Now, let's talk about the second strategy: focus on what you truly need and love. Downsizing isn't just about getting rid of things, it's about keeping the things that matter most. Think about the items you use every day, like your favorite coffee mug or the chair you love to sit in. These are the things that make your house feel like home. On the other hand, if you have items that are just taking up space, like that bread machine you haven't used in years, it might be time to pass them on to someone who will appreciate them. One way to make this process easier is to involve your family or friends. They can help you sort through your belongings and even take items that have sentimental value to them. Plus, having someone to talk to can make the process feel less lonely and more like a shared experience. And if you're not ready to part with certain items, consider taking photos of them. That way, you can keep the memories without keeping the clutter. By now, you've got 2 great strategies to get started: taking your time and focusing on what you truly need and love. These are the foundation of a successful downsizing process. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into 2 more strategies that focus on practical steps for organizing and planning your move. So, take a moment to think about how you can apply these first 2 tips to your own situation, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. You're doing great, let's keep going. Welcome back. We've already covered 2 important strategies for downsizing your home: starting small and taking your time, and focusing on what you truly need and love. Now, let's build on that foundation with 2 more strategies that focus on practical steps for organizing and planning your move. These tips will help you stay organized, reduce stress, and make the transition to your new space as smooth as possible. Let's start with the third strategy: create a system for sorting your belongings. When you're downsizing, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of stuff you've accumulated over the years. That's why having a clear system in place can make all the difference. One approach is to use the 4-box method. Get 4 boxes or bins and label them: keep, donate/sell, trash, and undecided. As you go through your belongings, place each item into one of these boxes. This method helps you make decisions quickly and keeps the process organized. For items in the keep box, think about how they'll fit into your new space. Will you have room for that large piece of furniture? If not, it might be time to consider a smaller alternative. For the donate/sell box, consider donating items to local charities, selling them online, or hosting a garage sale. Not only will this help you declutter, but it can also give your belongings a second life with someone who needs them. And for the trash box, be honest with yourself about what's truly beyond repair or use. Letting go of broken or unusable items can be surprisingly freeing. Now, let's move on to the 4th strategy: measure your new space and plan ahead. One of the biggest challenges of downsizing is figuring out how your current belongings will fit into a smaller home. That's why it's so important to measure your new space and create a floor plan before you move. This will help you visualize where your furniture and other items will go and avoid the frustration of realizing something doesn't fit after you've already moved it. If you're moving to a senior living community or an apartment, ask for a floor plan or take a tour of the space. Pay attention to things like closet space, kitchen storage, and room layouts. This will help you decide what to keep and what to let go of. For example, if your new kitchen has less cabinet space, you might need to downsize your collection of pots and pans. Or if your new living room is smaller, you might opt for a love seat instead of a full-sized sofa. Another helpful tip is to think about multifunctional furniture. For example, a bed with built-in storage or a coffee table that doubles as a desk can help you make the most of a smaller space. And don't forget about vertical storage. Shelves and wall-mounted organizers can free up valuable floor space. By now, you've got 4 great strategies to help you downsize, starting small, focusing on what you truly need and love, creating a sorting system, and planning ahead for your new space. These steps will help you stay organized and reduce the stress of moving. In the next part of this video, we'll cover the final 2 strategies, which focus on emotional readiness and making your new space feel like home. So, take a moment to think about how you can apply these tips to your own downsizing journey, and I'll see you back here in just a bit. You're doing fantastic. Let's keep moving forward. Welcome back. We've covered 4 practical strategies to help you downsize your home, starting small, focusing on what you truly need and love, creating a sorting system, and planning ahead for your new space. Now, let's wrap things up with the final 2 strategies, which focus on emotional readiness and making your new space feel like home. These tips are just as important as the practical ones because downsizing isn't just about moving stuff, it's about creating a new chapter in your life. Let's start with the 5th strategy: acknowledge and honor your emotions. Downsizing can bring up a lot of feelings: nostalgia, sadness, excitement, or even relief. It's completely normal to feel a mix of emotions as you go through this process. Maybe you're letting go of items that remind you of a loved one, or perhaps you're saying goodbye to a home filled with memories. Whatever you're feeling, it's okay. Give yourself permission to feel those emotions without judgment. One way to honor your emotions is to create a memory box. This can be a small box or album where you keep sentimental items, like photos, letters, or small mementos. You don't have to keep everything, but having a designated place for your most cherished memories can make it easier to let go of other items. And if you're feeling stuck, try talking to a friend or family member about how you're feeling. Sometimes, just sharing your thoughts can help you process them and move forward. Now, let's move on to the 6th and final strategy: make your new space feel like home. Downsizing doesn't mean giving up your sense of style or comfort. In fact, it's an opportunity to create a space that reflects who you are now and supports the lifestyle you want. Start by thinking about what makes you feel happy and comfortable. Is it a cozy reading nook? A space to entertain friends? A kitchen where you can cook your favorite meals? Use these ideas to guide how you set up your new home. One of the best ways to make a new space feel like home is to bring in personal touches. Hang up your favorite artwork or photos, display items that have special meaning to you, and choose colors and textures that make you feel good. If you're moving to a smaller space, think creatively about how to use it. For example, a small table by the window can become a lovely spot for morning coffee, or a corner of the living room can be turned into a mini library with a bookshelf and a comfortable chair. Another tip is to focus on creating a sense of community in your new space. If you're moving to a senior living community or a new neighborhood, take the time to get to know your neighbors and participate in activities. Building connections with others can help you feel more at home and less isolated. And if you're staying in the same area, invite friends and family over to help you settle in. A housewarming gathering can be a great way to celebrate your new chapter. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to recap the 6 strategies we've covered in this video. First, start small and take your time. Second, focus on what you truly need and love. Third, create a system for sorting your belongings. Fourth, measure your new space and plan ahead. Fifth, acknowledge and honor your emotions. And 6th, make your new space feel like home. Together, these strategies will help you downsize with confidence and create a living situation that supports your independence and happiness. Remember, downsizing isn't about losing something, it's about gaining freedom, simplicity, and the opportunity to focus on what really matters. Whether you're moving to a smaller home, an apartment, or a senior living community, this is a chance to design a lifestyle that works for you. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What tips resonated with you the most? Do you have any advice of your own for downsizing? Let's keep the conversation going and support each other in this journey. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and advice on living your best life at any age. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, downsizing is just one step in a bigger journey. It's about creating a space that allows you to live comfortably, independently, and joyfully. Here's to your next chapter. May it be filled with simplicity, happiness, and peace. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.